You know, as a nation, we've come far on the journey towards a more perfect union. And today we've taken another step forward. This afternoon I signed into law the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Prevention Act. Time and again we faced opposition. Time and again the measure was defeated or delayed. Time and again we've been reminded of the difficulty of building a nation in which we're all free to live and love as we see fit.
Out in the open tonight, a crime that has sparked protests in the street, even violence in Knoxville, Tennessee. A young white couple carjacked, raped, and murdered earlier this year, and the suspects, a group of blacks. The question is whether it was a black-on-white hate crime or just a random case of violence.
Now, you understand that we must stand against crimes that are meant not only to break bones, but to break spirits.
Shannon Kristen and Christopher Newsom were in the wrong place at a deadly time. The couple were en route to watch a movie at a friend's apartment in this complex in January. Knoxville police believe they were carjacked, kidnapped, and taken to this house.
Not only to inflict harm, but to instill fear.
Both were raped repeatedly. 21-year-old Shannon, a university student, had cleaning fluid sprayed in her mouth. She apparently suffocated after being stuffed into a trash can inside the house.
You understand that the rights afforded every citizen under our Constitution.
Christopher Newsom, 23 years old, was shot, his body set on fire and dumped by the railroad tracks.
Mean nothing if we do not protect those rights, both from unjust laws and violent acts.
A fingerprint found in the victim's car a few days after the murders led to arrests. 3 African-American men and 1 woman were charged with murder in connection with the killings. Another man is charged as an accessory.
And that's why, through this law, we will strengthen the protections against crimes based on the color of your skin.
Well, the statute would not necessarily cover that. On the other hand, I think that...
So is there a reason for someone to think that this is odd? Does that strike you as odd, that one might be the crime and another one not?
We're talking about crimes that have a historic basis. Groups who have been targeted for violence as a result of the color of their skin, their sexual orientation. That is what this statute is designed to cover.
It has been a massive roundup by Denver police in the past 24 hours.
That's right. They have 32 people arrested for crimes ranging from robbery to assaults and even bias-motivated crimes. The attacks happening during a 4-month period in an area from Downing Street to the Platte River and from 13th to 30th Avenue. But tonight, police are still looking for more suspects.
This group of 32 people targeted only certain people to allegedly beat up and rob.
The primary focus was on white males.
Some are protected groups and get special protection under this law.
But one has to look at the history of, the unfortunate history of our nation. There are groups who have been singled out, who have been the objects of violence simply because of their sexual orientation, the color of their skin, their ethnicity. We have to face and confront that reality. That which historically has been a problem for that nation continues to be a problem for this nation.
To the eye, to the head, and basically to the face.
Marty Marshall relives the horrifying night he was viciously attacked. Marty and his family had just left Firestone Park after watching fireworks on June 27th. They made it to a friend's home on Girard Street. That's when Marty says 30 to 50 black kids between the ages of 9 and 18 turned violent out of the blue.
They just came up behind us and they just jumped on us and started beating people up.
Marty tried to help a friend who got hit in the back of the head.
Next thing you know, I had 10 kids around on me, kicking me in the head, hit me in the back of the head.
All I could think was just don't let them die, you know?
15-year-old Rachel Hobson pulled one of the attackers off her father, then she too was knocked to the ground and got a bloody lip. Rachel remains horrified.
I'm scared to sleep. I'm scared to talk to anybody, be close to anybody, because it's just that fear.
Stunned by what she witnessed, Yvonne Marshall tossed her 14-year-old son into some bushes to protect him.
We homeschool our children because of the violence that was going on in schools to keep them safe, and now this.
They're still out there, so everybody out there, they need to watch out.
Now, you understand that we must stand against crimes that are meant not only to break bones but to break spirits.
But what I do know is that as the law now exists, there are people who are the objects of hate, violence, who the federal government does not have an ability to protect.